Guys, guys, remember, don't be a critic, be a fan. Also, here's the thing that we are going to show you that makes it impossible for you to be a fan because we're showing you the inner workings of our whole fucking company.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hey guys, how are we? How you doing?
I'm fucking great, man. My voice hurts. It was a good night.
We just watched an amazing one for the books, Wrestlemania.
I really enjoyed
one
it.
of the best shows I've ever seen in my life.
I feel so proud to give Wrestlemania a glowing 5 out of 10 because this was one of the most mid Wrestlemanias I've ever watched in my life.
Look, is it WrestleMania 34 bad? No.
You guys are stupid.
It WrestleMania?
I had a really good night.
29?
It was a really good night. So we won about night one.
It was a
that
fun
was
night.
kind of mid.
We had a great stream with the boys, and yeah.
Night one was mid. The only good thing was the triple threat, and
LA Knight and Jacob.
LA Knight and Jacob, and even then that was kind of okay. Night two was fucking baller. I loved it. Only real downside, in my opinion, was the Logan Paul match. Apart from that, everything else I was very hyped for.
Logan and AJ, you could make the argument, was probably the worst match of the weekend.
I think
probably.
So.
There's only one that comes close.
We watched the fucking show with the boys in the Goon Squad on Body Slam. Apart from him,
I didn't. I was watching with my family. It was my birthday weekend. Triple H gave me the greatest birthday gift ever to kick off WrestleMania 41. Man.
What's that, man? What was that?
Well, first of all, actually, it's a good thing. Let's do our plugs. Let's get the plugs out of the way.
Oh my god, you're so useless at this, man. I was just gonna let it roll. Why? Why do I work with idiots?
It is true. We don't upload these as a podcast.
Don't acknowledge it.
Acknowledge me.
Hi guys.
Wait.
Hi.
So, no. So we make a point. We have to stop to do plugs for every pod.
It's not a pod.
Yes, we do.
This isn't a pod. This isn't a pod. This is.
You know what? Simon's not allowed to talk for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, I agree. Right. Anyway, so I'll just say my piece.
Sorry.
I thought that this show was pretty good. Excuse me a minute. There we go. All right. Now, I thought this was a pretty good show. I didn't think that.
He fucking left the stream. Okay, for those that are watching, we had the most heated 20-minute convo straight after Mania last night, because Simon really didn't like the ending of Mania. He thought the way that Cena won the title was bad, and it wasn't professional, and
it wasn't professional.
He was so upset. Oh hello, hey buddy.
It wasn't professional.
How's it going?
Sorry, man. Speaking of unprofessional.
Hi.
Hey guys.
I love you.
Record it by yourselves. Go fuck yourselves.
Wait, don't leave me.
No, record it by yourselves. No, you guys are popping yourselves. Have a great time. Record by yourself.
Okay. So for those at home who don't know, we had a very lively debate about the ending of the show, which we will get to very soon. But right now, we're going to talk about something that we all loved: Jey Uso versus Gunther. I thought this was great. And it was
I've never
Dragunov versus Gunther. It was like that.
Dude.
Yeah.
Okay, real shit.
This sucked. This was garbage, dude. This was ass. This was ass, dude.
I got into it for a bit. I did get into it. And then right as I started to get into it, my man was just going and just started tapping.
I got into it until Jey Uso started doing a finisher spam. The first third of the match is actually a wrestling match, and then Jey throws his worst spear in wrestling history, and the match just completely falls apart from that moment onwards.
I don't know what the fuck this was about, man. This felt weird. This was like the ultimate Make-A-Wish title moment. This was bad. This was awful.
Dude, this is point positive that the Let It Play Out crowd, they don't know what they're talking about. Because people were telling me for months, man. They were saying, I know you didn't want Jey to win. I know he's not the best wrestler, but it'll be a great moment. It'll be a huge pop. Jey wins the title. The crowd went, yeah. And then everyone moved on, and it's like it never happened.
No one gave a fuck afterward.
Motherfuckers were trying to gaslight me into thinking this was going to be Brian or Kofi. Shut up. You guys don't understand.
I've never seen anything so far off the target ever in my life. This was awful. This was so bad.
Which is crazy because Jay and Gunther, say what you will, they have good matches with each other usually, but this was just bad. It was so badly constructed.
The second you fucking messaged the chat and you were just like, "Wow, he tapped out," and that was all you said. I was just like, "Oh."
I was just numb. That set the tone. That I think that's part of why I hated Night One so much was because it just set my tone. Set my tone right then and there.
Yeah, dude, I did not recover from this until like fucking 4 matches in, dude. I was like, dude, this sucks.
It wasn't great.
But you know what? We can hope that Monday Night Raw, at the time of recording this, the time of this going up, Monday Night Raw will be airing. So
probably, yeah.
I gotta say, man, Seth, Braun,
someone,
Finn,
anyone, please.
That would be funny if Finn just decided to mog the rest of the Judgment Day and just go, all right, I'm going for the world title and I'm gonna win. Boom, fuck you, Dom.
The worst version of Finn Balor, dude. Going from Gunther to Jey Uso to Finn Balor is crazy. That's the worst. That's the worst lineage in world title.
This is the Make-A-Wish title, bro. This is the Make-A-Wish belt. It sucks.
So Wyatt made a little reference to it earlier. Is the Ilya Dragunov thing? Where people are trying to tell me that this is canonically this makes sense.
Gunther's weak to submissions. No, he's weak to Ilya.
To Ilya Dragunov, who beat the dog piss out of him for 5 minutes before putting him into the submission, dude.
It's embarrassing.
It's terrible. This is like again. I mean, we all knew it was going to happen. I didn't expect it to be. I thought it would be this lame. I didn't think it would be this underwhelming too. At the same time.
So there's our. So now we have 1 9/11.
Two 9/11. Actually, this is 3. Him winning the Rumble was the second one. Actually,
that was the second one. What was the first one?
Him beating Braun for the IC title.
Him pinning Ilya in that tournament was pretty shit.
Him beating Ilya in King of the Ring. Actually, yeah, that's the one.
It's really funny how no one remembers that IC title. Like when no one remembers.
He held it for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
it.
2 weeks. Fuck this match. Right. Literally, Night 1 was so fucking dull.
It was so lame, dude. I didn't give a shit about
New Day tag. Whatever. Jade Cargill, Naomi kind of cooked, but no one's gonna talk about this match ever again.
Naomi getting Def Rebelled again.
Jade Cargill, be careful with your wardrobe next time. I saw some freaky ass people on Twitter.
I do have to say that clip. When Naomi has Jade in the submission and you see Naomi pull Jade over because Jade can't even roll out of the submission. I don't know. That's a little concerning. Although that electric chair powerbomb shit that Jade hit was crazy.
Oh,
that was actually
like bomb 92 or whatever the fuck.
the 1190 moon bomb.
Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight was really fucking good, and it reminded me that LA Knight can go when he really does try.
Do we like Jacob Fatu in Damask?
This is kind of weird. I'm a wolf.
Bark.
Bark dog.
I just think that I like LA Knight's entrance rolling up in the fucking thing, the window rolling down, and then
he just opened the door.
Awesome.
Fucking.
This is something I gotta say for WrestleMania as a whole. You mentioned the car. Anybody else feel like the entrance and production value took a massive hit in the budget for some reason?
Yeah. The
entrances were lame as fuck this WrestleMania.
Dude, they had to build that giant fucking building stage thing with the fucking people in attendance on it.
You'd think being a part of Netflix, this was going to be ridiculous.
It really wasn't. The coolest one was Tiffany's Barbie entrance, probably. That was probably the coolest entrance that we got.
Right.
We'll talk about that.
Anyway, fucking...
Oh, one more thing.
Yeah. What?
LA Knight. Let me just say this, man. This man has over-delivered every single Mania he's been a part of. He is fucking amazing. Fucking strap the fuck out of him already, dude. What are we waiting?
Never compare LA Knight to the Yeet Merchant ever again. Never compare them again. It's not even close.
That catching BFT? Oh,
unbelievable. But that was the moment the show revived itself.
This dude is in his mid-40s, bro, and he's fucking whooping like that. Jesus, man.
And Jacob got a big pop too. That felt more like a world title match than Jay and Gunther.
Yep.
I was watching it in a server with the Stink, and one of our friends who doesn't watch wrestling watched that match with us, and he went, "I like this big dude. I hope he wins." And then he won.
Very good stuff.
The next match, El Grande Americano versus Ray Phoenix. It was okay.
Man. Yeah, look,
Well,
I just want to say this.
Go ahead.
Chad Gable is one of the best wrestlers in the fucking world.
Yep.
And he proved it here because not only is he doing this bullshit fucking stupid ass gimmick that really shouldn't exist.
Why? Moonsault senton.
Dude.
That was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
This man did the created finisher. This man went to the finisher and
He hit the fucking reverse 450.
And that shit looked like it sucked ass too. God.
There was a tweet by Andrew Everett, and he said, by the way, the moonsault senton is the best move for. Wow, that fucking hurt. I'm never doing that again.
Yep. And
does it again the next night. He's gonna do it again on Raw.
Yeah, he's probably gonna do it again.
Dude,
yeah, Chad Gable, good.
Yeah,
Great.
This is a good gimmick. I guess we do. We kind of have to touch on WWE Monopoly is back.
Can we talk? So AAA, right?
Oh yeah.
Right. So that's cool. That means we get to see really good wrestlers. However, not in the environment of WWE. Secondly, I can't believe this shit. There was a report that they want to rebrand it to NXT Mexico.
Jesus Christ.
Is that not the most disrespectful thing you've ever seen in your life?
I called this years ago with the whole NXT UK nonsense. They keep saying
they're still doing that. They said NXT Europe is coming.
They're like guys,
like
this is. They're like, no. Here's what we're doing. We're partnering with the UK scene to give them more of a platform and everything. That was total bullshit, as we found out. And everyone laughed at me at the time. Everybody laughed. Said, no, you're wrong. Sure enough, all the UK scene is pretty much gone. Evolve, same thing. Evolve is now WWE Evolve.
Dude,
Progress is something, not what it used to be.
Kind of exists. Progress is, dude. OTT dead in the water.
Gone.
It is gone.
AAA is gonna be gone, dude. That fucking picture of Vikingo and Triple H will haunt my nightmares forever.
Dude, you could see they brought out all the Mexican wrestlers for the announcement. Look at Andrade during that announcement. He looks
Andrade
done.
And Steph, like, dude, they are like, fuck this, man. I'm like,
reminder that Stephanie's attempted murderer is on the roster. Works for AAA.
Their main world champion is Alberto El Patron.
Yeah. Dude, they literally okay. Whatever. It's nonsense. It's scary.
Different video discussion, pretty much.
Yeah, all I'll say is
awful.
I don't want to compare. I want to do a big WWE AEW comparison. If you think what they are doing right now is anywhere near how AEW does with New Japan or CMLL, you're stupid.
Nope.
You're actually
not
stupid.
Even close.
Not even close.
Scary stuff.
Yep, and the future is bleak.
But this match was good. It was fine. It made me like this. The fucking yellow fucking Breaking Bad filter over his entrance was wild. That is advanced levels of racism that I've never seen before.
Yeah, they said the Gulf of America.
Again.
I have feeling this company's a little racist, guys. I don't know.
We just bought one of the most traditional and respected companies in Mexico, and then you're gonna have fucking Chad Gable pretending to be a luchador. It's like,
dude, traditional Lucha Libre.
Anyway.
Unfortunately, the steel plate mask gimmick is very funny. That he wins with that every single time. It's very funny.
Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair
is very pretty.
It was okay.
Charlotte Flair is not.
That's it. That's all I have to say. It was all right.
I think you guys are being a little too harsh.
It wasn't bad. I didn't say it was bad.
Name 3 spots.
I liked the beginning where they just started bumming meat. I thought that was cool.
That was cool.
I think Tiffany Stratton is cool because she very much went to the Nikki Bella school of strong style. So
that's real, actually.
I like that. I'll tell you this too. Sorry, man. I was into that shit towards the middle half. I was like, oh shit, this is getting because I was like, oh shit, Tiffany could win, but she's probably gonna lose, and she won. And I was
I knew Tiffany was retaining.
Okay.
I knew.
I'm very happy that she won. I was very worried that they were gonna go with Charlotte, and I was like, please God, no.
We had some great moments that really established people this weekend, and that's the biggest thing I took away from this. The biggest positive is that there were certain people who I feel like aren't quite there, but will finally get there, and I feel like they got there. Tiffany, and we'll talk about later with Dom.
And
This was
of
great.
course Io. Of course Io. Io. As
Oh,
well.
Io, and Jacob as well. All of them.
Yeah. I think this match was all right. I think the problem is that we've had a standard of women's matches the last couple of years that I feel like, and
Especially with Charlotte matches.
Charlotte and Rhea, 39. That's a real fucking match right there. That's a fucking
Great.
hooper.
I'm pretty sure this is the first Mania where a women's singles title hasn't changed. Like both women retained.
Which is great for them. I'm happy about
Bianca.
that. I don't really know what you even do with Charlotte after this. I don't really care.
I think she just goes away again.
Good, because she
pretty much just comes
bombed.
back.
She
Comes
bombed
back to
this
Mania,
build
does
so
a match,
badly.
and then fucks off.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely
Anyway,
down a peg. Anyway.
main event. Punk Rollins Reigns.
What? So
Fuck all of you. First off, fuck all of you.
end the pod.
No. I want to speak about this because I have had to sit through weeks of you people, quote unquote, telling me that this match sucks. This match is gonna be gay. This match is gonna suck dick.
This match is gonna be gay.
Yeah.
Wyatt was also saying these things. I would like to make it clear that Wyatt was also saying these things.
I said it because because I listened.
This was pretty straight, actually.
Now, dude, first off, promo package helped it.
Closeted ass.
Great
Man.
Oh yeah, made
With that
yeah,
Machine
yeah,
Head song, fantastic choice.
Yep.
When fucking first off, Seth Rollins coming out in his weird fucking Jesus
Dude,
Christ
he was
gimmick. I don't know
Jesus.
what's going on.
Dude,
Dude, he's in priest mode, dude. He's in
He should go back to his Messiah gimmick.
I hope so. Oh my god.
Roman
Roman comes out with no Wiseman.
That
No
was
Roman
weird.
Reign. And then Punk comes out with the fucking package.
A Roman with no reign.
No Reign. I love that line.
I love Cody so much.
But Punk comes out with this fucking amazing package with his fire burns, which I was
Dude,
like,
they gave him
yes.
the Drew treatment from Clash of the Castle.
hey, we're gonna
Great
play the
stuff.
song, guys. Just kidding.
Nah.
I never
Unlike
thought
this-
I'd hear this fire burns on WWE program again.
And then when
That
you
was
see that
sick.
entrance, when you see him with the fucking dirty ass hoodie,
Living color.
with Living Color and Paul Heyman, do it.
And the
Oh man, when he
hoodie,
went,
oh
he went
my
like this
God.
when he gave him the wristwatch. I was like, oh,
Yeah, he
fuck
showed
you.
him.
I was waiting
feeling
for
so-
it. I was like, put that fucking wrist in front of his face now. I kept yelling at the TV. I was like, you better
Dude.
do it right now. And I popped off when he did it.
It was something about that and seeing that package of just Paul saying, I'm going to walk down that aisle with you one day. And then finally seeing it, I'm just like, look, obviously, this is manufactured fucking bullshit, fed, cinema nonsense. I didn't give a shit. I was in love with this match. I didn't care.
Yeah, this match was great.
I watched these guys forever when I started getting back into wrestling. I watched
Roman
these
was
forever.
hooping for a solid 15 minutes.
I've
It
always
was
been a
insane.
CM Punk fan. I'm never going to stop being a CM Punk fan, despite how washed I know he is. I will never stop being a fan of his.
Let's talk some big spots, right?
Yes.
So the Shield bomb tease was cool. And then
That was my
he just
favorite.
beats the shit out of him and he puts them both
just goes-
through the table.
That was my
Which was
favorite
awesome.
spot. I was so worried because the match was so good. It was getting dangerously into the cinema territory where everybody started acting like they were in a Shakespeare play. And I was like, please, no, don't do this.
Yep.
Don't ruin this match. So the fact that Roman stopped doing that and just clapped both of them.
Amazing.
I love the
Yeah.
part where Punk hits the GTS, then Roman spears him, and then Seth bounces and hits the stomp. That was a cool spot.
Very nice spot. Very well executed.
I
Right.
loved one spot in the match in which Roman Reigns went with his fucking teeth.
With his
I
fucking-
love
with
I
his
love the little
gnashes.
crowd brawl. I love the little crowd brawl with Seth and Punk when they were just beating the shit out of each
Bro,
other.
he looked like a fucking chain chomp in that moment.
Hey guys, this is Roman Reigns.
Hello, everybody.
It's Roman Reigns.
So let's talk about the other shit. Paul Heyman. He goes
My
to get a
tribal chief.
chair.
My tribal chief.
No, my tribal chief, I can't do
I
that.
can't do it.
So he goes to grab a chair, and he's like, "Oh fuck, who do I give it to?" He slowly slides it to Punk, and Roman's like, oh, "No." Punk goes to hit him, but Paul drops to a knee and fucking whacks him in the cock.
Looking like he
It's-
tore his quad on his way down. He's like, Paul's like, fuck my knees. I can't do this.
This is what I love about this spot, right? He hits Punk. He's devastated. He did not want to do that.
Yep. No.
Roman's laughing his ass off. He goes to hit Seth. Shield style, by the way, with the Shield chair.
The Shield chair.
Shield lore!
In a Shield
lore!
Paul drops to a knee, starts grinding his cock. Bro, he goes for the
why'd
low
you do that?
blow, and then he starts doing this shit.
He just jerking
starts jacking him off.
Watch me
But
whack
instead
off.
of being sad about it, Paul was like, he loved that. He was
like,
very
"Fuck both of
excited
these
to
guys."
betray Roman. So that's what I love. I love the contrast. He wanted to betray Roman, but he didn't want to betray Punk.
Mm-hmm.
So in a shock ending to this match, Seth Rollins is aligning himself with Paul Heyman, which is weird.
There was one more spot, by the way, the spear into the pedigree. I don't know how they keep hitting that so clean. It seems like the easiest spot to fuck up, but holy shit, man, they know how to fucking do that shit.
Dude, I'm so happy Roman had his working boots on because I was so worried that this was going to be aura farming and hype moments for the entire match. And I was like, please no. Please actually, if you're going to main event, please wrestle a match.
Especially after recent developments with Mr. Reigns.
Oh my god, they redid the spot from the Brock Roman Seth triple threat. Yeah. Where he spears him out of the
he spears him out of the GTS? Yeah. That was very, very nice. I like that. This was great. Does this change the fact that the build was nonsense? No, but it was still a very enjoyable match. Much better use of cameo and run-in than Night 2's main event, but we'll get to that later. And I think Seth with Heyman, I'm locked in on that. I've been waiting for a Seth heel turn for a hot minute, so
He's so much better as a heel, dude. He's so much better.
I saw people saying they should align with Rock and Cena. I was like, maybe Rock should show up to work before that.
You motherfuckers think he has any plan? You think he knows anything?
No, he's like,
comes when he is needed.
I want to thank you all for coming to the Moana Live premiere. It means everything to me.
She is in theaters, brother.
He was like, Cody, I want your mind, I want your body, I want your soul.
I want
your dick. I want your ass. I want your lips.
Right.
I want your succulent really Chinese meal.
Apart from the main event at LA Night, it's like a solid 6. It was fine. It was an okay show.
I would go a hot.
Because nothing was offensive. It was just kind of dull.
The opener.
The opener was the way that ended was okay, bro. But everything else I enjoyed.
Now.
Right.
Night 2.
Night 2 was leagues above Night 1.
I agree. I agree with
leagues. That. So, let's get into this shit. Opening match. Best match of the whole weekend. Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. Holy fuck, dude.
Rhea with the Batman Who Laughs gear. Fucking cool as fuck.
What the fuck?
These 3 women understand how to give a look in professional wrestling, bro, because they are fucking superstars. All 3 of them, they are just...
Dude, they have had more impact than the 4 Horsewomen, in my opinion.
Nowadays, yes. I think yes.
If you had to lock it in as 4 Horsewomen, because these 3 are definitely in it, who's the other one?
Liv. Honest to God, I would say. Honest to God, I would say Liv Morgan. I'm not even joking.
Nah.
That's
Thea Hale, bro. Thea Hale.
Yeah, I love Thea Hale.
Speaking of which, Stand and Deliver was the best show of the weekend.
Sorry,
that's true.
I wanted to talk about NXT, but we thought it would be better to do Mania. Let me just get this out of the way. But fucking excellent show. Perfect 9 out of 10 show. Every match was great. Hank and Tank are the fucking boys.
Hawk and Tua. Oh my god.
Let's go Sol Ruka. That was sick. Javon, Oba, and Trick was fucking excellent.
Dude,
incredible show.
There's something about
Ethan Page. Come on, man. Ethan Page and Ricky Saints was the best match of the night. We actually were. That's not a joke. We actually were all loving that match. And then you said that match. It was a pretty good Rampage match.
You
said it was great.
It was a pretty good Rampage match.
I did not say it was great.
You said it was great. You were like,
don't start.
He knows. That's like him or to hate him. He's spitting straight facts. Love him or hate him. He's spitting straight facts.
He's lying to you, bro. He is lying.
I said okay. I did say I've been Ethan Page has been growing on me. I did not say the match was great.
He's a good wrestler. I'm sorry. He's good.
Anyway, let's get into this fucking triple threat. Holy fuck, dude! Wow, these guys have insane chemistry.
What can I have my Wyatt had his victory lap with Punk, Roman, and Seth?
Please go ahead.
Testify. I have been saying since Io won the title, and this has been the direction that this will be the best match of WrestleMania, and I was 100% correct.
Yep.
These three, Wyatt, I a couple months ago, I might have disagreed with you on that statement, but after this match, no. These three are some of the most influential women's wrestlers in modern history.
I cannot tell you how many people like I talk to in real life who know who Rhea Ripley is.
Yep.
Like people know who the fuck
Dude,
he is. Like,
I was with fucking voice acting friends the other day, and then a guy who's never watched wrestling before was like, "Can you like get an interview with Rhea Ripley?" And I went, "That's impossible. How the fuck do you know who Rhea Ripley is?"
Hold up.
I was like, what?
But no, I don't even know where to start because this was just
a single bad part.
It was, and my biggest issue with triple threats, a lot of triple threats I think are really bad, are the ones that two people will fight and the third guy comes in and the other person rolls out and then two people fight. This match, all three of them were consistently involved.
Fucking
just hooping nonstop. And so, dude, that's the Io Sky. I love Wonder Woman.
Dude,
Io Sky.
I've been saying this, man, because I remember you were saying like, nah, they're gonna give it to Bianca or they're gonna give it to Rhea. I'm telling you, man. I was saying this since Io won. She's keeping this fucker. She's keeping this fucker. And I could not, and I was so fucking happy when it ended with Io.
Just awesome,
yes.
dude. Because I was so scared because the whole build-up was just Rhea beating up the other two.
Man, they're geniuses for that. I'm sorry. They spent the whole build being like, Io is also here, and then like they're ignoring her. So for her to retain, it's like that makes sense now. Really
it was the most obvious route to take, but I was so worried that they were just gonna say balls to that and throw the belt on one of the other two. But they did not. Fucking some excellent sequences in this match. Io hits the springboard dropkick on Rhea. She does goes absolutely crazy, and Bianca just trucks her with a spear 5 seconds later.
It's like a pounce. It was disgusting.
Oh, it's so good. The near falls in this, the finishers, everything. Dude, we say it for every great triple threat. I think the comparison is apt. Daniels, Joe, Styles, almost that quality. I'm just gonna say it. I don't give a fuck, dude. It was almost that good. Absolutely unbelievable match.
I respect
I'm not saying you have to agree, but I had a fucking blast with this, and the finish.
The women's equivalent. How about that?
That's a good way of putting it. That's a good way of putting it. I love that. The finish. So we get to the end, right? Oh. So Io takes a reverse Alabama slam face first onto the fucking turnbuckle post, which was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Bianca runs up from behind, catches Rhea. They exchange moves. Bianca finally hits the KOD, and I'm like, oh my god, it's Jover. It's Jover. Io's out. And then I remember, she flies in, hits it. She pins Bianca. She ends Bianca's WrestleMania streak and retains the championship.
The streak is over.
Oh.
Rest in peace, Undertaker. Rest in peace, Undertaker.
Io Sky's the GOAT. The absolute GOAT.
Match. What a fucking match,
dude. The greatest.
Right.
Dare I say WWE match of the year so far? Dare I say WWE's match of the year so far?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely awesome. Awesome match.
Okay, well, Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest in the Doom the Dark Ages Sin City Street Fight.
Yeah!
Drew coming out.
I'll be honest.
I killed this Doom guy.
This was better than I thought it was going to be.
I liked it.
This was
great. It was pretty good.
This was awesome.
People are sleeping on Damian Priest, man. He's pretty good.
Priest is a guy, in my opinion, who works with gimmick matches.
You said this during the match, and I laughed at first, and then I was like, oh, fuck, he's right. Damian Priest very much excels when he's wrestling someone that's the same build as him.
That too.
Yep.
Like,
you're kind of right.
It's weird. His match with Gunther, pretty good. Like this one is really, really fucking good.
It's like playing GM mode, and Triple H is like, "Hey, this is a giant, and this is a specialist.
Hey.
They don't work together."
Yo, just because you want to put two styles together doesn't mean they always mesh. You got to look at their strengths.
Oh, we gotta play John mode, man.
John mode?
Jumbo mode, right? Drew went Jumbo mode in this match. He fucking he hit the tope. He hit a fucking Claymore into a chair to win.
That Claymore.
Oh my god,
crunch.
the future shock on the steps was crazy.
That was crazy. Dirty.
Damian Priest is a fucked fucker for taking that hard back bump out of the ring onto the two tables.
Dude, that was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
That was disgusting.
Oh,
It was
like
like,
the old school, yeah.
God.
Also,
Great shit.
Drew going fucking bored at work. LOL. Can't get it because he did that. Yeah, that was funny. It was funny. I didn't hate it.
Something we need to take note of: the people are no longer booing Drew McIntyre. The people are into Drew McIntyre again as a bait. So maybe it's time to. Hey, you just turned Seth heel. Maybe it's time to turn Drew face.
Have Seth win the title, and then Drew can beat him at SummerSlam or something. Bosh.
Ooh.
Have Seth win tomorrow.
I'm studying.
I hope. I fucking hope, man.
Tomorrow. Well, it's today. It's
Bro,
today.
Jey
now.
Uso open challenges now in your city.
Dude,
Shut the
Jey Lu.
Can you imagine if Jey like tries to do a Cena open challenge gimmick and he loses on the first week? How good that would be.
It's Solo. He loses to Solo.
Give it to Solo Sikoa at this point.
No, he's the only one who would be worse. He's the only one who would actually be worse.
He's back.
He's back.
Dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something real quick, by the way. I don't want to be a policeman for all this bullshit. Jey Uso was drunk as shit at that WrestleMania press conference, bro.
I want to talk about that real quick, dude. He was saying like, yeah, yeet. The internet. I don't know what that is. Yeah.
That's my favorite part. He goes, the internet, and I'm so close to championship. What are you talking about?
Look, Jey,
This is the face of your company.
Get behind the wheel. Get behind the wheel now, Jey.
In Forza.
Y'all look just like your mugshots.
I will say, I would like Jey to just do this character, the drunk character on stage.
He wrestles.
He wrestles like he's like a Bo Right Show gimmick. He wrestles
dude, it's like
drunk.
Dude, it's like Rock Lee from Naruto, dude. He has to like get the fucking drunken fist powers and go fucking ham. That's his own.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like Bo Right Show in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No. Decent match for Drew. Holy fucking shit.
This
Braun
finish.
Breaker.
No, we gotta talk about the finish. Priest and fucking McIntyre.
We mentioned the
finish,
Claymore. We mentioned the chair Claymore.
we?
We mentioned it. Yeah, we talked about it.
I don't think we did. I think you're lying. No, did we just say that? Let us know in the comments below. Anyway, I thought that was
Let
cool
us
as
know.
fuck.
Am I lying?
He's coming back. Let's go.
Hey, if you want to see, click rate it and see more.
Claymore.
Fuck Funny's birthday blowout. More like Fuck Funny's birthday beating. Yeah, no,
Anyway.
it was a good finish. Drew McIntyre's goated. And then we got that weird trailer for Doom. Braun Breaker versus fucking Dominic Mysterio versus Penta versus Finn Balor.
The fucking reaction when Penta entered and we saw the green. We were like, no.
Oh my god. Dino was like, I swear to god if he's in the Joker gear. And he saw a little bit of green and he went, no.
You know what was more off-putting was when they do that thing when the show starts to show everybody like arriving to the arena. Penta was in his mask, but he didn't have his contacts on, and I feel like he was naked. Like I don't even know how to.
Wait, I didn't see that.
He had no contacts. He was like regular eyes. I was like, "Good grief, he's naked."
Wait, that sounds scary. I don't want to see that. Ew.
There's a clip on Twitter of like him just in a bandana because he's hiding his face and he was reacting to the Rey Fenix match.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh my god, my brother." Because
I've seen Penta in a Mania ring is crazy. Seeing that entrance was fucking nuts. That was
it
awesome.
was weird.
Dominic's entrance was pretty fucking cool. He had like the Rey Mysterio senior mask on. That was sick.
So can I tell a funny story real quick about Dom's entrance real quick?
Yeah.
So I was watching the show with my family, and my dad's watching. He's a couple beers in.
Oh no.
And Penta comes out. It says Penta on the Titantron. He goes, "Is that Dominic Mysterio?"
That's him.
And then
there
he
he
says,
is.
so I said, he goes, "Dad, Dominic doesn't wear a mask." And he goes, "I don't fucking know. I haven't watched the show in 2 years. What the fuck do you want from me?" So he keeps going.
What do you want from me?
And then Dominic comes out and he's wearing a mask in the entrance ramp. And my dad goes, "Yeah!"
Let's go. Oh, speaking of which, Simon's dad was also in the crowd, by the way. Rick Rubin, he was in the crowd.
Oh, Rick Rubin, yeah!
That was crazy.
Yeah!
Also,
my
Nick
God.
Schrader himself was there.
Dean Norris, my boy. God.
Incredible.
Oh, no Macaulay Culkin.
No, you got Dana White though. You got the
Twice.
Dana White twice.
No, the best was Daniel Cormier. Yay! Who was the other one? Killer Mike. Yay! Tony Hinchcliffe.
Dude, everyone's doing that. That's crazy.
So you know he
Kobe
couldn't get the
Covington.
mask off, like it was stuck.
Yeah.
He was like-
You know the show that Karen Cross was on where he fucking went crazy?
Yeah.
Dom was also there and he explained like, oh yeah, that mask was like the mask with Jim Carrey because it was like telling me secrets like, oh, traditional lucha libre, respect to all your previous answers. I said, get the shit off my face.
That's how you be a heel.
Fucks. This match is fucking great.
That match was great.
Holy
this match
shit.
was awesome. So much fun.
Finn, by the way.
Oh, coming out like a Fortnite skin. Yeah.
This man
What the fuck
said,
was
"I
that?
love piss. I love."
There
I
are some
love
people.
this.
There are some people who are washed, and then there are some people who are so washed that they don't even know they're washed. And then there's Finn Balor.
Finn is just Kanye, bro. I don't know what's going on, man.
He did it like Kanye.
He's just yee,
Dude,
bro. That's
Anyway, we get into the match. It's just immediately fantastic. Braun fucking throwing people. He hits a
Fucking
spear like
awesome.
2 minutes in. Like
Yes.
we're ready. Braun hits that crazy shoulder tackle. He's going nuts.
Dude, when he leaps over both of them and just
Yeah.
destroys Bento with the shoulder tackle.
Carlito
I'm trying to
showed
remember
up.
certain spots because, like, by the way, Dom was so over in this match. For
Dude,
some reason,
people-
they were like, Dom
Dom.
needs to win this somehow, and
Yeah.
then. Yeah, like like the first time it happens is when him and like Finn just stare at each other. Like he kicks Finn, and the crowd just pops off crazy.
So, do you think that was that like formally like Judgment Day dead after because of that, or do you think it's like
There's
I
gonna
think
be a
it'll
little
lead
bit
to
of
it. There'll be about 2
friction.
months of build.
2 months? I think it'll be
Get
a
ready
night,
for
honestly.
the Money in the Bank payoff this year.
Oh god, dude, that spot where Carlito shows up. First off, Carlito's got the beard back.
Carlito's my goat. He's grown the mustache.
He's going to
Let's
mustache,
go.
and then he's about to do a fucking backstabber. Looks like on the table, which
on the table for some
Would
reason? What does that even do?
maybe 13 would do a
Bloodbreaker.
Bloodbreaker.
Comes out of fucking nowhere
Dude,
and
this is-
not only spears him through it, he jumps off the other table and fucking dives into it. This
I'm
is the
thinking-
best wrestler on the fucking planet.
Braun Breaker is my favorite wrestler for this reason alone, man. He is my fucking guy.
Dude, I saw a great tweet that was like Braun Breaker whenever Carlito was there, and it's the black guy crying. It just says, "I am going to fucking kill you" next to it.
Dude, Braun Breaker thinks wrestling's real, bro. This is how we win.
Anyway,
he needs
yeah.
to kill Jey Uso, bro. He needs to beat the.
We got a quick
Dog shit.
Canadian Destroyer. Finn Balor did nothing the whole time until the
He
very
did.
last minute. So
I was
Dominic
so worried
hits the
that Finn was gonna
619.
win this.
The
I
crowd
was
is
so
popping
worried.
off insane. He goes up to the top and Finn fucks him up. Finn hits that little fucking the 3 moves of doom. I call it the sling blade, drop kick, and then the fucking coup de grace. He hits it from off screen. Dominic flies in while they're so pretty much the same finish as the.
I was about to say Dominic watched that the finish of that first match and was like,
Good
I like
idea.
that. I like that. I don't think we're gonna do that.
So he did it. Dom wins the title to a one of the biggest pops of the night. By the way,
Awesome.
that was
Amazing,
incredible.
Dude.
My
Yeah, like-
favorite part of all of this is after
Oh.
the replays, Dom's at the ramp. He runs back into the ring and holds the title up.
Just
and
like
the crowd's
fuck this, dude. I'm taking this in, man. I'm waiting for this.
You
forever.
talk
Like,
about people who have come such a long way. Dominic Mysterio, dude. He was fucking
He's
a,
cooking.
when he went from being one of the most bum ass baby faces in the company to one of
lame
the
as fuck.
best acts, one of the best acts that they have right now, and now he wins the title at WrestleMania. Well
I'll tell you
deserved.
this right now, man, because of that, and this might be just me, hyperbole. You can say what you want. People always talk up and down about Jey Uso being the Jeff Hardy of today.
You didn't just say that, did you?
What if it's Dom? I'm not saying it is yet, but what if it is?
We'd have to see what happens when he turns
I'm not
face.
saying it will be, but I'm saying what if.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That-
he just said hyperbole.
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 It's
Hyperbole.
Is that what it's called? I thought it was hyperbole.
Hyperbole. The hyperbole.
What the WWE Hyperbole?
Look at this stuff. Hang on. Nope. Hyperbole is a word.
No, the way you pronounce it, you fucking idiot.
It's
Hyperbole.
Look at his face! Look at his face! He's
You guys can flame me all you want for not knowing that. What was the word? Melancholy. That shit. Hyperbole is insane. That is literally insane.
Hyperbole.
That is the ramblings of a caveman drawing with shit on the wall.
What?
Speak it.
Hyperbole. Hyperbole.
You can't believe it. Look at his face.
Look at his face. Look at his face.
How long have you been saying hyperbole?
Like, since I saw it written, I was like, "Oh, cool! If it was hyperbole, it would have like a Y or something in there."
I get what you're saying, but like that's so funny.
Hyperbole.
That's
Never
insane
heard
how no
somebody
one
say
said
it?
hyperbole.
You've never heard somebody say it, hyperbole?
I've heard hyperbole. I thought it was a different word.
But it
I
meant
thought
the
was just,
same
like, a bigger
thing?
word. Like hyperbole,
How
I
did it
thought
mean
was like
this-
a word.
No,
And then
no,
hyperbole
we're
was like
moving
the-
on.
it's like
We're
the
moving on,
adjective
bro.
version.
What? What?
Or noun version.
No, we're moving on, bro. There's no way.
All right.
Twitter
anyway.
clip! Twitter clip! There we
Yeah,
go!
you gotta document that. That is all timer. Right. Randall Keith Orton approaches the ring after Kevin Owens sadly was injured and could not perform.
Oh,
Apparently,
my
even
God.
after the next Mania, which is terrible, and I hope Kevin's okay.
Dude.
Randy comes out and he goes, "Hey, I talked to Nick Aldis and he says I can still wrestle. So if anyone has the balls to come out and
By the
fight
way,
me,
The dick!
his 20th Mania.
that's pretty cool."
So I'm
Good for
thinking
him.
Rusev. I'm thinking Rusev.
Well,
I'm thinking maybe Sam
Yeah,
Zayn.
can we get this done? Can we get this out of the way? No one said who it was. No one predicted this.
No.
I said it as
I
a
heard a
joke.
rumor.
I didn't
from
actually
somebody
predict this.
that I
Where'd
didn't
I
you get the
posted
rumor
a
from?
GIF on Twitter. I said, "Listen, guys, hee. Holy fucking shit! My brain still hurts from this moment."
Actually, Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry comes out to an insane pop. Like, everyone's happy to see him. I can imagine everyone in the UK fucking popped off crazy for this. It's one of
With
the
the
most
TNA
absurd.
title, by the way.
With the TNA title, it's one of the most absurd things I've ever
It
seen.
was a very nice moment. It made me very,
Now-
very happy.
It would have been
Yeah.
better if he said, "We're putting this title on the line also," and then Randy Orton just
And
said,
Randy
"Yeah."
Orton just beat him! Randy Orton just beat him in the TNA title!
No,
Just
this
mug
moment
the
was
shit out of it.
everything it needed to be, because I don't think people realize that people
Joe
forget.
Hendry kinda
Joe
sucks.
Hendry's injured right now.
Oh,
So he put on a match at Mania while he has this injury. It was fucking perfect. It was like a
it was
5-minute
great.
just fucking match. It was
You
fine.
can get into the semantics of like, did WWE really just have the TNA World Champion come out to lose in 3
Also,
minutes?
you can tell the moment he loses that title, WWE's gonna snatch him up. because they are
Absolutely. And
so
dude, not even
good. So good at like highlighting everything about him. The music, the way they use the cameras. He has his own T-shirt design. Like he's coming. He's
My
coming for
only-
the Fed.
My only fear for Joe Hendry is that he could enter Jey Uso territory of like he is just the entrance and the song and that's it. And it's
No, but
it's
he's
not-
funny and he's
I'm not saying he's
entertaining.
not funny. I find him funny, but I worry that WWE will take all the wrong lessons from how much people got into him and just go, no. Dude. But dude, great camera work. Joe Hendry hits the fallaway slam. He hits the turn gimmick. And Randy Orton smokes him to death with an RKO.
Incredible.
Just torches him with an RKO. 1, 2, 3. Harmless. It was harmless. I liked it.
Match was nothing remarkable, but the moment was fucking awesome.
It was very cool.
Randy holds his hand up, says, "Everyone give him respect." RKO's him again. And
Lol
then-
TNA. Lol
I fucking
TNA.
love this shit, man. So good.
Dude, this is the power of Joe Hendry because I think after this, I think Night 2 took a slow decline downhill, if I'm being 100% honest with you. I was very much enjoying it
Kinda.
until There was we
Oh.
had a sharp incline here. We had a
We
sharp
did.
incline. Right
Okay,
after this.
look, we're not gonna discuss this. We're just gonna touch on like this was the worst match of the night.
Dude, I didn't even pay
Close
attention
close
to this
to
match.
worst match of the whole show. AJ and Logan. Okay, let me get this out of the way. It's not a big deal. But the only real thing I'm excited for with Logan's at Mania is that he has a Prime Bottle gimmick where he has some sort of YouTuber with him. He did it for KSI. He did it for Speed. He didn't do it this year.
Nope.
That's so boring.
The bit, dude. Two things.
Dude, Speed is over
Logan-
in Scandinavia doing something.
Dude,
He's
we
not
need to
becoming the mayor of fucking some town in Pakistan. Like-
he's about to go violate the Geneva Convention and lead like a gang of rebels to overtake a small island that nobody's heard of. You know, like he's gonna go.
He's out there finding Coney 2012.
He's just bought the Canary Islands.
He's finding Joseph Coney.
He's traveled to Bikini Bottom. But no. So two things. We need to stop with this. Logan Paul is annoyingly good at wrestling. He is not a good wrestler.
Not
He is
anymore.
a moves merchant. He does not have any psychology. He is not interesting to watch anymore. The gimmick, the only reason we were accepting it is because for a couple years we're like, oh, it's kind of cool that he can do that on 2 years' notice. The gimmick is over. It's lost. We need to stop giving it excuses, and it's lame as fuck.
Dude,
Second
The
of all,
only real thing you can take from this is that Karrion Cross promo he had.
which was
He said-
excellent.
AJ's a fucking idiot for having him win.
Yep.
Because everything you've just said is correct. He just
Yep.
does these big moves that he steals from Adam Page and all these other great wrestlers.
He watches like 5-second All Japan clips on Twitter and
Karrion
goes, "That was kind
said-
of cool."
Karrion said he's not about actual wrestling. He's just about the clicks, and that upsets Karrion Cross because he doesn't want to fucking falter to people like Logan, who is literally just here to get
And what-
popularity going.
Off the most is this could be AJ's last Mania.
Yep. And he lost.
It has not
What
had a
a-
single good Mania match besides one individual by the name of Shane McMahon.
Well, LA Knight good. LA Knight was good. I enjoyed that match.
What the fuck just happened?
He heard Shane McMahon and he was like, yo.
Cass crashed out so hard over that information that he like altered the entire layout. Just totally
What just
broke.
happened?
You just totally snapped.
Dude, this
Shane
match
McMahon is his
sucks. I don't
sugar
want to talk
praise.
about this shit. This
Shane
match sucks.
Oh, last thing I'll say, AJ, buddy, Texas is in July. Just saying, Texas is in July. You know, you dude, just please.
Please.
I will
Please,
say,
I need
one spot I
this.
did like Logan hitting the Styles Clash and then AJ immediately rolling out and hitting his own.
That should have been the finish. That should have
That
been the
was
finish.
perfect.
He should have rolled out.
Oh, a lot of
Styles Clash,
botches
pinned
here,
him.
by the way. A lot of botches. Mostly
Very
from
poor
Logan Paul.
match.
Very poorly
Dude,
made.
There,
Awful.
AJ, please go wrestle Kenny. Please go
Just
wrestle
one.
Will.
Just one. That's all you
Just
need.
please, for the love of God, dude. You can't end your career on this note. I refuse to accept you ending your career on this note, AJ. You're 48 years old. You're in the twilight of your life. You had a 5-star match last year. You
With
just
Cody.
did that, and they're treating you like this. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Get out. You got to get out of that.
Right.
It's painful.
Fucking
Women's
Lyra
tag
Valkyria and
team.
mystery opponent versus
Oh.
Liv and Raquel.
Oh,
Lyra is a fucking bird.
bird.
Caw, bitch.
This match is nothing remarkable.
Who came
shouts
out?
Lyra. We love Lyra Valkyria.
Who came
Um,
out?
Becky
Well-
Lynch makes a grand return. Who's okay?
Hot off the
she
Listen.
looks skinny as fuck.
I'm saying.
Yeah, she really do. I
Yeah.
love Becky. I love Becky, but the circumstances regarding what happened here are
Questionable.
suspect.
Yeah, this
To
felt
say the
very
least.
last minute. Like,
Very.
it feels like Bailey was supposed to win the titles.
Telling
and
me
Becky
you
was like,
couldn't just say,
like left it to the last minute. When yeah, I'll wrestle.
wait a minute, you're not Irish.
What's worse is that they spent weeks building that Bailey Roxanne thing, so they could have easily just had Bailey face
what the
Roxanne
hell?
have Bailey face Roxanne on Stand and Deliver, and then you could have had either Becky could have come back in the build, or you could have had Lyra have this mystery partner, build it up to WrestleMania. Then you still have Becky come out, Bayley still gets to wrestle on the weekend. Bayley went from winning the women's title, one of the best matches of last year, to getting completely axed from the card.
There was like 2 spots in here I actually kind of liked. I liked when Lyra did the fucking suicide DDT thing. I was like, oh, that's sick as fuck. Awesome.
She's great. I love Lyra.
And then
She's awesome.
Becky doing the first good manhandle slam of her entire career.
It looked pretty good.
Listen, I love her, but this is
Dog.
I'm not gonna invoke a certain last name that starts with H regarding Becky Lynch, but
Becky Hogues. She's more of a horror.
Oh,
This-
I thought you meant Hitler. I was like,
Becky
what?
Hitler.
What did she do? Damn. She's pretty great, actually. I don't
She has a kind of aura. No, it's called Hitler.
Yeah, she's
she's going.
got Hitler.
his name is Hitler.
Yo, dude, IB's just having a fucking time this week, man. Good lord.
Dude, no. You know what? No, fuck you. Roman got pinned 2 years in a row, but Beast, get fucked. Get fucked.
No. Anyway, bum match. The real main event.
John Cena, Cody Rhodes.
With the black Tron and the white lettering.
Oh, that was
That was
crazy.
cool. That was cool. That was a
was
cool
awesome.
entrance for him.
Cody Rhodes with the fucking Stark Tech
Dude.
Iron Man mask.
He
What
said,
the
"Ching,
fuck
ching,
was
I'm gonna look
this?
so cool, guys."
Dude, when I say the entrance budget took a hit, I said the entrance budget took a hit. Because Jesus Christ.
Dude,
what was
Cody
that?
was good.
What was that?
Dude,
A
Cody
couple
had the Happy Wheels
motorbikers?
gimmick. It was Happy
Remember
Wheels.
remember last year when you had that sick entrance with the flag and he rose up and the lighting was all on him? He felt like the main character of life. He felt like Jesus himself.
felt
He
like
comes
Cody
out here, he
Rhodes.
looks like a little bro. Just
Dude. Okay. Let's get into it.
oh dear. This is this could be the end of the pod. This could be the
This
end of
could
the
be the
pod
end of the
right
pod,
here.
guys. So,
This could
I'm
be
gonna
the end of
say
the pod.
something. This is a mini off the cuff here, folks. So I'll be real. My expectations for Cena have been lowered in recent years.
Oh, ever since
I
he
think
got
he's had a
pinned by
good-
Austin Theory, I was
I don't
like,
think he's had a good match since AJ. I think AJ was his last good match. One-on-one, anyway.
I'm trying to think.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah,
Nothing.
you're kind of right. You're kind of right, actually. Yeah.
So, by the way, Cena confirmed, by the way, got a hair transplant. Very funny.
Washed.
He's got the Guile hair from Street Fighter now. He's cool now. He's based. I thought what this match was doing, I don't think people understood it. Because Cena said, about a few weeks ago now,
People.
I am going to ruin wrestling for everyone. Folks, this was set in stone weeks ago. Cody Rhodes did not take Cena seriously. That was his ultimate problem. He treated him as a bum-ass, a Hollywood guy, but what he didn't account for was how scummy he could have been. And that is Cody's major flaw in this, is that he was a guy who's too cocky, and he didn't really, And truth be told, at the end of the day, this was 17 or bust. I don't care how Cena won this. And Cena fans should also realize that. And I think a lot of them have realized that this was at all cost. This 17 had to be done.
It's much
I don't
more
care.
than how it was done. It was the fact that it was done in the first place. That's all that
The
matters.
important part is how this reign is going to go, in my opinion. I think the win itself wasn't important. I think the reign itself is going to be way more important. So there's a chance, obviously, this reign could be terrible. And I fully will admit that. It could be terrible. But I think people are getting a little too bitchy about this. Was it a great match? No, it wasn't at all. I thought the first night one was way better.
Well, of course.
I thought this was perfectly fine. Travis Scott coming in,
Ridiculous.
weird, and I thought The Rock was going to come out with him, but whatever.
Come outside.
I thought it was funny.
Night.
I thought Cena's reaction to it was funny. He just goes, "Oh
The
yeah."
26th time we heard Fiend that night.
Fiend.
And then Travis took 3 whole minutes to walk down the fucking ramp, dude.
He did the fucking
Oh
Royal
my
Rumble spot where you have like
days.
Roman enter and it goes in the 2K games where you just walk.
Okay.
4 attitude adjustments, by the way.
Yep, that's
And
fair.
the belt hit.
Okay.
This is a man who got beaten by Solo, by the way, so I'm just saying.
That's a fair point.
Yeah. Continue. I'll let you guys.
May I retort? May I make my retort?
Please.
May I make my
Please,
retort?
have the floor.
Okay.
I'd love to hear it.
I like what you're saying about Cody did not take John seriously. I can get with that.
Yep.
My issue is that I don't think that this match reflected that was in the build at all, because Cena was in this match a bum-ass loser. He hit Cody with so many moves, he couldn't get the job done. He takes one crossroads, gets a visible 3 count on him. He's beaten. He's lost.
What?
Twice. Two straight. Can I?
Yeet.
My other thing is, you said Cody was not aware of how low Cena was going to go.
Yeet.
Yes, he was.
Yeet.
He already did that at
Yeet.
the Elimination Chamber.
Yeet.
John Cena at the Elimination Chamber kicked Cody Rhodes in the balls.
Yes.
Made him bleed, beat the living shit out of him, and made a fool out of him. So Cody, for all standards, he should have no respect for John Cena. He should not give him any benefit of the doubt. And what happens at the end? I'm not even talking about Travis Scott. They do the most cliche, stereotypical, dumb babyface move of Cody. Oh, I can't do it. I can't hit John with the title, because if I hit I will be
You remember that one promo?
So,
I just can't do it.
Promo? Fucking, I will never turn heel because I love this shit.
I know, but he literally went, "Oh phooey, I can't do it, John. I just can't quit you, John." And then he gets shocked. And then he gets shocked when John does exactly what he did to him 2 months ago. He did the exact same thing, and Cody just takes it. Is that okay? Can I just say, all the things, the last thing I'll say, you can make your point. You liked it or you didn't, folks. That is something I will not die on. They made Cody look horrible. He looks like a bum. He looks like an idiot for taking the loss that way.
He is a bum. He's an idiot.
Well, he is.
How is he a bum? No, that is nonsense. He's the face of the company.
That last promo proved to me that Cody was more focused on insulting him than actually being ready to wrestle him.
What happened in the segment? What happened in the segment? Cena thumbed him in the eye, picked him up the AA. Cody fought out of it and still stood on top of him. That doesn't make any sense, Cass. He was ready for a fight. They've been illustrating that the whole build.
If I may.
Yes.
What's up, boy?
Go ahead.
You just said that Cody bitched out, right?
Yeah,
Cody bitched
looked like a punk.
If you recall in these promos, Cody has definitely made it seem that he thinks that John Cena is fucking with us. He thinks that John Cena is just stooping to this level because he's desperate. He's not actually a bad guy. He's not actually a heel. And that's what Cody was clinging on to this whole match. He's like, okay, Cena's not actually a bad guy. I'm going to prove it. And that's when he had the fucking title. He's about to hit him as he was bitching out. And Cody was like, oh shit. Oh fuck. And then it ultimately cost him at the end of the day.
Fine, you can say that. I think there was a better way to illustrate that. I think there was a much more interesting way. It's because it's the fact that Cena did the exact same thing that he did a month and a half earlier. If you want to illustrate that Cena's gone and that he is an evil villain, you could have done that in so many other ways than just having Cody fall for the same trick twice.
I
agree.
They could have done it a different way. Yes, I do agree there. But you're forgetting one key element again. I am going to ruin wrestling for everyone.
But that doesn't have anything to do with Cody as a character.
He should have just said, "I'm going to ruin it for Simon."
Yeah,
because he's not happy right now.
Because listen, bro. I love John Cena. I love John Cena. I think the first third of his retirement year on the majority has been a big disappointment so far. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Other than the heel turn, other than the actual heel turn, I think it's been a massive disappointment. And I'm going to raise you this. You say that the win doesn't matter as much. I can't disagree more. I feel like John Cena winning number 17 should have felt as big as Bryan Danielson's last world title win in Wembley. It should have been that big. And it doesn't feel that big. It feels like it just happened. And that's how we're dealing with it. And it's just like, we're good job.
I
it
think
happened.
that makes it memorable, though. I think that
But
makes it memorable.
But it doesn't feel momentous. It's John Cena
That's the point.
the greatest.
It shouldn't feel momentous. He's evil.
Reverse
He's becoming the greatest
psychology.
wrestler of all time in WWE lore.
Misdirection. Subverting expectations.
Oh my god. Okay.
He is a fucking heel. It's not supposed to be like a
No, okay.
triumphant moment.
Yay.
That's why it's good. That's why it's psychologically fucked. Because Cena doing this character at Mania in a moment that really should have happened a long time ago, and is a very important moment because now he is officially the one with the most title reigns. Like, that's the whole point.
You can make
You're supposed to be feeling like this.
You can make something feel like that and not have it executed as poorly as that. I'm gonna say something right now. Y'all are not gonna believe I'm saying it.
Go ahead.
2 years ago, Roman Reigns snipes Cody's dreams out from under him, kills him.
Mm-hmm.
That was still more climactic, more entertaining, and it maintained the disappointment and it maintained your interest in going to and wanting to see Cody come back and win the championship.
I think they're pretty even.
So you want to see the same thing again?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you can find a way to keep it engaging. I don't give a shit to see what happens next with John Cena's.
No, I think those moments are pretty even.
Disagree.
How? Explain.
Big evil wins.
That's the most basic description you could possibly give, though. Again, Roman beating Cody was a crushing disappointment. It did have a pretty poor execution on the whole with the solo thing. But the fact of the matter is that it was still enough, despite the fact that it was arguably the wrong call, to keep people invested. You have people who are shooters for Triple H's WWE still, even though this build to Mania has been kind of lame. They don't give a shit.
You're losing weeding out. That's why.
You're weeding out?
Yes. Cena is this Cena run is not a product of Triple H's horse shit, all right? This is very much two different things happening right here. Triple H's bullshit is with all that fucking, that Drew shit, that fucking other nonsense, the tag division, all that bullshit. Cena's different. That's in a whole other category. All right.
The fact is
also,
okay, go ahead.
You learn to stop being a critic and be a fan.
Oh
no,
my
god.
No. See, this is what I'm getting at. We all cooked Triple H for that, and I feel like there's some people who are coping themselves with this. I don't know. I'm not saying that's what you guys are doing. What I'm saying is,
I thought this was good. I just thought it made sense for Cena and who his character is.
Again, I don't have a problem. I expected John to win. I was bidding about Cody in the chat. I know that. I wanted Cody to retain because I love Cody. I expected John to win, and I don't mind him winning in a dastardly evil way. I don't mind. What I care about is I feel like it was really lazy, and the lasting image of John Cena winning number 17 isn't even the fact that he cheated or that he did anything like that. The last shot of WrestleMania was John Cena and Travis Scott, and that should tell you everything that TKO views out of this.
That's wrong.
That wasn't the last shot? I swear that was the last shot.
The last shot was Cena in the ring holding the belt up and then him saying, "Cut the music. Fuck you. You don't get to hear that." And then putting the belt on his backside and then walking up that way. That was how it ended.
Maybe I turned the show off.
You ended it too early, because it led into the...
okay. Then that's fair. I'll take that back then. Fine.
Yep.
I'll take that back. But and again, I love Cena. I'm happy that he won number 17. It's cool. I'm very happy about that. I think the win was very underwhelming. I think this whole run has been very underwhelming, and I didn't like the match. And I thought the big one though, I think we can all agree on. Dwayne, go away, stay away.
Dwayne was in here. Yeah, I wish Dwayne was here.
If you're not gonna stick around for this shit, if you're gonna be integral to it, and then you're not even gonna attempt to show up, fuck off. Stop getting involved.
Cody, I want your soul. What happened to that?
Zero follow-up. Zero follow-up on that.
Well, because John Cena took The Rock's power from him. He chose him. He anointed him as the guy.
Shouldn't The Rock be involved for that, though?
He doesn't need Rock.
You just said he took The Rock's power. He doesn't need The Rock. What are you saying?
He does because he has The Rock's. Not only does he have his
Simon,
ability,
I think you're missing the mark here.
yeah.
I think I don't know.
I think you're missing the mark.
Mark Calloway.
No, like seriously, like
Yes.
when you really think about it,
Go ahead, speak.
and the way they're going to deal with this is just I feel like you're missing the mark.
How am I missing the mark? Tell me exactly how I'm missing the mark here. Lay it
Because
out.
the way that things are going, I feel like you're not connecting the dots.
You need to be a bit more specific because I don't understand what you mean.
So the fact that this went the way it went,
Okay.
I don't think you're. I think you're missing the mark.
And that was WrestleMania, guys.
Listen,
I
bro.
enjoyed myself, man. Good show.
I
Jolly good
enjoyed,
show.
I enjoyed
I
this
would-
entire ending.
Nope.
Yeah, great
Simon,
ending.
Simon,
Not
Great
for me,
ending.
bro.
Hoping just added to it.
Yeah,
so-
look at him. Look. That's my champ right there. That's my
Because
fucking
you're
guy.
supposed to cheer for the heel. Because you're supposed to cheer for the bad guy. That's the whole point, right?
Hey,
Is that-
Dominic,
We're on-
By the way,
no.
by the way, your whole point, he's a bad guy, you're not supposed to like it. The crowd didn't give a fuck.
Cody was
So
booing the
is he a
shit
good
out
heel
of
or
him.
not?
The crowd loved it. The crowd loved Cena. They didn't care about Cody.
Sorry,
dude.
Cody
Yeah,
was
well,
getting
what's
booed.
the point? Then why turn him heel then?
So here's what you're also noticing is that we're on Cena's side, most of us. You people like you, are the people we're against.
Simon, people like you, I feel like are missing the mark.
People like you don't get
You have
to be
no
the
argument.
champion.
You have no
I do
argument.
have an
that he's-
argument. We just
I
spent
mean-
20 minutes. Fuck, Simon,
Your only argument is that
Simon,
he's a bad guy and I'm not supposed to like that. And I demonstrated how that is totally.
my point
that's
is
still
he
bullshit.
cheated to win because he's a fucking bad
Yeah,
guy.
he cheated in the same way that he already did a month and a half ago, and it made Cody look like a fucking
It's almost
doll.
like he's the same fucking person. Simon.
Oh no! Oh my god! So okay, that is such a nonsense. You want to see the same thing over and over again? That's what you want to see?
All right, buddy.
Well,
You
no.
watch,
What do you? No,
you watch
seriously.
wrestling weekly.
I
You want to
that's
talk about
crazy
watching
because
the
I'm not
same
watching
thing every
tonight.
week?
'Cause I'm
That's
not
fine,
watching
buddy.
tonight.
No way.
No, except I don't watch the same. I don't want to watch the same.
No,
same.
no, no,
And
no,
that
you-
dude, and where do
no.
you get on me about that? You do
You
the same
enjoy
shit
your-
as I do. No.
You enjoy
You don't
your
get the.
WWE main event. You enjoy your Ivar matches. That's fine. That's
Oh
all.
my
That's fine.
god, dude! You literally do the same shit, and
John
and we all
Cena
complain about shit
is
that's
is
repetitive.
fantastic, and this heel run I'm very excited for. I hope he holds his belt until the end of the year.
Well,
The way
I
they
hope
did it
you
was
enjoy it.
perfect. Cody Rhodes looks like a fucking idiot, and that's good because he spent all this time not preparing properly and just insulting him
Literally
and not taking it
literally-
seriously.
Okay.
That's the
Yeah,
whole
he
point.
didn't take that. Spoken like a man who didn't watch any of the build, because
I
that's
think that's
not
easy
what
to
they
do.
There
were
was
telling
no
me.
build. They had 3 weeks to build.
There
and
was.
there was
It
no
doesn't.
build.
No, so how can you base anything off a story if you say there's no build?
There's no
How
story.
can you base? How can you base it off a story if there's no build? You just said there's no
I said
build.
Cena won.
No.
because he's a bad guy.
But no. What you just said was that they made it obvious that Cody was not doing that. You also just said that there's no build. What is it? Is there no build, or did they
Yeah,
make it
because
obvious that Cody wasn't preparing?
Cody was not preparing because he spent all these promos just saying, Cena, you can't just turn on me. I used to be my hero. And you know, the crowd's like, the crowd doesn't want to fucking. The crowd, you don't like the crowd, but guess what? We don't like you for being a bitch. I want to
Dude, that
wrestle
is-
John Cena. I don't want to wrestle this.
The whole fucking point is that Cody was on top of him, though. That's the whole. Every week he toasted him on the mic. He beat him up multiple times in
wow.
segments. He had him beaten. So yeah, you're wowing because like I have the
That's
the point.
Yeah, well, your hero's shit, and he lost the match.
Whatever. End the pod.
lost.
End the pod. End the pod. Fucking.
It's not a
nonsense,
pod.
dude.
Thanks for
Well,
watching.
and,
We're gonna have a great time this week.
Get hyped, guys! Live stream
Uh,
tonight for Monday Night Raw. GBB
I'm not watching.
8/7 Central.
Me and my son will not be watching Monday Night Raw.
I'll be watching.
Yeah, no, that was oh boy.
5 out of 10 WrestleMania. Not the
Oh,
worst
fuck you.
WrestleMania.
7 out of 10.
Not the worst WrestleMania of all time. Nowhere near as good as the last 2 years.
I'm
Very
gonna say
mediocre.
this was the Daredevil Born Again of.
You're very salty at the moment, and I don't like
I'm allowed to put salt. Criticizing is not salt. Whatever, dude.
Just be a fan.
it. Feels
alright?
good having someone who understands. what the fuck happened, right?
Dude,
Mirrored camera.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
he understands, does not understand how a mirrored camera works.
I'm glad someone understands. Fucking.
Hey, what's the,
I want you to be clear, Kaz. The guy on your side only discovered what hyperbole meant 20 minutes ago.
Hyperbole! Yeah! Get ready for Mania next year in the Hyperbole! Let's go! Alright, thanks for watching. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck all.
I don't know.
Actually,
Real.
fuck Simon.
Fuck the Destined
Simon,
WWE.
you're sinking, we're swimming.
Yeah, we're swimming.
I'm coming in the sink and not sinking in the cum, actually, the more I think about it.
I'm coming. I'm coming home.
What?